Alchemy released their new air snorkel and it has been such a game changer for me.
The design, what's interesting about this new design, which was actually studied with fluid mechanics equations, is it makes it really easy to pack. So for a lot of you that enjoy packing, a couple of extra breaths after your full inhale and enjoy packing with a snorkel, this is something that is really a game changer.
I've tried it in both conditions now, both freediving and spearfishing, and I have to say that it's actually a pretty streamlined design.
Before this snorkel, I would spend my pre-dive relaxation on the surface, just doing my normal breathing. But then the thing that changed is that I would have to do my relaxation and then I would have to take the snorkel out of my mouth, give it to my dive buddy or put it over into the buoy, which is just that extra step. And even having that extra step before my dives, mentally, it threw me off.
It floats, which is amazing, so the safety don't have to go crazy. They just grab it at the surface and I don't lose it.
It does float, but that doesn't give a lot more movement like you would think when you're coming up from the deep.
What I noticed was that instead of having to put my snorkel into the buoy or hand it to my dive buddy, because this snorkel floats, I was able to just take it out of my mouth, leave it behind, and know that it was going to be on the surface ready for me when I got back up from my dive. And that mentally was amazing because I would have no thoughts in my head at all about where was my snorkel going to be, was my dive buddy going to be able to pick it up, all of that. So that was just taken out of the equation.
What's interesting is that here during the World Championships, I realized I didn't have time to adapt back to the nose clip. For me, it takes a couple of weeks to go from wearing a mask for a few months, coaching and spearfishing in Canada in the cold waters, to wearing a nose clip in a competition. And I realized this quite early on in the competition, so I decided to do all my dives with the mask, and if everything's working well with the tubes, hands-free. So luckily my first dive to 51 meters, no fins, I was actually able to do it with a mask, which is kind of madness. And what I did, you'll notice, is that I was doing my breathe up with the snorkel just to be able to relax, because for me, face down, breathing through the snorkel, my mind is going to something nice and calm like spearfishing. I'm not thinking about the stress of performance in a competition. So this has been a very useful tool for me as somebody who likes to dive with a mask and someone who enjoys breathing face down.
I'm actually pretty impressed. It's super flexible at the mouthpiece, super rigid on the tube.
It's actually been designed to have a slightly wider piece here, breathing piece, and a slightly wider piece at the base as well.
And also this flat, weird looking bottom is there for a reason. Water will not pool there because the bottom is flat. It's not circular, so water won't hold there. So you can easily clear the snorkel and there won't be water that holds.
And this is so that we can actually take in and breathe out more air. And this just allows us to breathe a lot easier and to get air in before our dives in a much better way.
It fits in your mouth really nice. Doesn't like push on your gums or squeeze your lips out to the side like other snorkels that I've used, which I've used a lot of them.
It's a very soft snorkel and it doesn't apply a pressure in the wrong parts of the cranium.
This snorkel also comes in two different options for its flexibility. So this one is the semi-rigid flexibility. I really like this one because it's flexible. The other one is a more rigid snorkel, so not as flexible in the top part here.
And lastly, what I like is the teeth. You can kind of see these little knobs there. You can hold it nicely, which allows for a comfortable relaxation of the cheeks and the mouth, but at the same time allows for a good seal so you can do your packing. So overall, I'm very happy with this new Alchemy Air snorkel. I recommend you give it a try, especially for the price. I think it's probably one of the best snorkels on the market.
But yeah, I think Alchemy did a fantastic job and this is my go-to.